Hello and welcome to Thought for March the 15th. Our readings are Leviticus chapter 23, Psalms 128, 129 and 130, and Luke chapter 6. And our thought is, what do the teachings of Jesus really mean to me? Everyone who comes to me and hears my words and does them, says Jesus, I will show you what he is like. That's in Luke chapter 6, verse 47. And there follows the story of a man carefully building a house and digging deep and finding a rock on which to base foundations. So when all was complete, a flood arose and the stream broke against that house, and it could not shake it because it had been well built, we read in verse 48. Now, this parable begins with Jesus saying, Why do you call me Lord, Lord, and do not the things that I tell you? Verse 46. We all need to ask ourselves, what do the teachings of Jesus really mean to me? Do I live in a way that shows I believe in them? We are being buffeted by the storms of godless humanity as never before. It becomes a tsunami of godlessness. But look at the difference between the natural and the spiritual. We are frightened by violent weather, but when it comes to a flood of immoral behaviour, many seem to welcome it. And maybe more deadly still, many enjoy indulging in splashing in the shallows, ignoring the awesome flood of God's judgments that is promised. Ancient Israel fooled themselves thinking, well, God is in our midst. We do go to the temple to worship. We lean on the Lord. But the prophet Micah said to them, You detest justice and make crooked all that is straight. Micah 5 verse 9. Yet you then lean on the Lord and say, Is not the Lord in the midst of us? No disaster shall come upon us. Therefore, because of you, Zion shall be ploughed as a field, and Jerusalem shall become a heap of ruins. Micah 5 verse 11 and 12. The spiritual failure in which they fooled themselves that the Lord was with them led to the realization, too late, that their personal spiritual house was not built upon a spiritual rock. History is set to repeat itself. The same call goes out now as it did then. Note the message God sent through the prophet Zephaniah. Seek the Lord, all you humble of the land, who do his just commands. Seek righteousness, seek humility. Perhaps you may be hidden in the day of the anger of the Lord. Zephaniah 2 verse 3. Well, thank you once again for joining us for Thought for the Day, where together we can open up the pages of God's Word, knowing that Word to be a lamp to our feet and a light to our path.